Hi, welcome to the quiz. You can answer along on quizalto.com, all for free. The exact URL of this quiz will be in the notes down below. Let's get started, good luck. Which AWS service can help monitor ECS clusters? Amazon CloudWatch, AWS Service Health Dashboard, AWS X-Ray, AWS Cost Explorer. Amazon CloudWatch provides monitoring for ECS clusters, offering metrics, logs, and alarms. Which feature in ECS helps distribute incoming traffic? Elastic Load Balancing Integration, Route 53 Integration, Global Accelerator Integration, CloudFront Integration. ECS integrates with elastic load balancing to distribute incoming traffic across multiple tasks in a service. Which AWS service can trigger actions on ECS events? AWS SQS, AWS Step Functions, AWS Simple Notification Service, Amazon Event Bridge. Amazon Event Bridge can trigger actions based on ECS events like task state changes. Which ECS feature helps manage task dependencies? Task ordering in task definitions, task linking, task sequencing, task chaining. In ECS task definitions, you can use task ordering to ensure certain containers start before others. What is the purpose of ECS task placement constraints? To define task boundaries, to set task priorities, to limit task sizes, to control where tasks are placed. ECS task placement constraints control where tasks are placed based on attributes like instance type. Which feature ensures ECS tasks have sufficient memory? Memory soft limits, memory hard limits, memory burst capability, memory credit system. ECS task definitions allow you to set memory hard limits, stopping containers that try to use more. Which network mode offers the highest performance in ECS? None. OSPF, Host, Bridge. The OSPF network mode in ECS provides the highest networking performance and security. What is the function of ECS task overrides? To ignore placement constraints, to bypass security settings, to change task definition parameters at runtime, to exceed service quotas. ECS task overrides allow you to change certain task definition parameters when running a task. What is the purpose of ECS task CPU units? To track CPU usage, to measure CPU speed, to limit CPU cores, to allocate CPU resources. ECS task CPU units allocate CPU resources to tasks, ensuring fair distribution. Which feature in ECS helps handle task failures? ECS Health Probe. ECS Task Introspector. ECS Failure Analyzer. ECS Service Scheduler. The ECS Service Scheduler ensures that if a task fails, it is stopped and a new one is started to maintain the desired count. Which AWS service can ECS use for configuration management? AWS AppConfig. AWS Systems Manager Parameter Store. AWS Config. AWS Service Catalog. ECS can use AWS Systems Manager Parameter Store to manage configuration data like environment variables. What is the primary purpose of ECS Service Discovery? To discover new container images. To help containers find and communicate with each other. To identify unhealthy containers. To find optimal placement for containers. ECS Service Discovery helps containers find and communicate with each other using DNS names. What is the purpose of ECS Task Networking? To connect to on-premises networks. To prioritize network traffic. To monitor network usage. To enable communication between containers. ECS Task Networking enables communication between containers within a task, between tasks, and with external services. What is the purpose of ECS Task IAM roles? To encrypt task data. To authenticate admin users. To grant permissions to tasks. To schedule task execution. ECS Task IAM roles grant specific permissions to tasks, allowing secure access to AWS resources. What is the function of ECS Task Stop Timeouts? To delay task termination. To schedule task stops. To pause running tasks. To set a time limit for graceful stops. ECS Task Stop Timeouts set a limit on how long to wait for a graceful stop before forcing termination. Which ECS networking feature provides each task its own IP? Overlay Network Mode. Bridge Network Mode. Host Network Mode. OSP Network Mode. The OSP network mode in ECS provides each task with its own private IP address. What is the purpose of ECS service quotas? To restrict geographic availability. To limit resource usage. To enforce billing limits. To control feature access. ECS service quotas limit resource usage to prevent one service from consuming all resources. What is the function of the ECS agent? To optimize container performance. To back up container data. To scan containers for vulnerabilities. To connect container instances to ECS. The ECS agent is a component that runs on each container instance, connecting it to the ECS cluster. Which AWS service can trigger ECS deployments based on code changes? AWS Code Pipeline. AWS Inspector, AWS Config, AWS OpsWorks. AWS Code Pipeline can be configured to trigger ECS deployments automatically when code changes are pushed to a repository. Which ECS launch type offers more control over the infrastructure? Lightsail launch type, EC2 launch type, Fargate launch type, Lambda launch type. The EC2 launch type in ECS offers more control over the infrastructure, allowing you to choose and manage EC2 instances. What is the purpose of ECS instance draining? To clear instance memory. To update instance software. To hibernate instances. To gracefully stop tasks before instance termination. ECS instance draining gracefully stops tasks on an instance before it is terminated, ensuring no service disruption. What is the function of ECS service discovery namespaces? To group related service discovery resources. To sort task placement strategies. To organize task definitions. To categorize container instances. ECS service discovery namespaces group related service discovery resources for better organization. Which AWS service helps secure ECS task traffic? AWS Certificate Manager, AWS Key Management Service, AWS Directory Service, AWS Cloud HSM. AWS Certificate Manager provides SSL/TLS certificates to secure traffic to and from ECS tasks. What is Amazon Elastic Container Service? A serverless function execution platform. A content delivery network. A virtual machine provisioning service. A fully managed container orchestration service. ECS is AWS's fully managed container orchestration service that helps you run, stop, and manage Docker containers on a cluster. What is the function of ECS instance attributes? To encrypt instance data. To tag instances with custom metadata. To rank instance performance. To measure instance health. ECS instance attributes allow you to tag EC2 instances with custom metadata for task placement decisions. And that's a wrap. Thanks to everyone who participated. Remember, you can answer along on quizalto.com, where you can keep track of your progress and find much more quizzes. We hope you had a fun and challenging time. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we upload. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions, and, if you think this video is worth sharing with someone who could benefit from it, please forward a link to them. See you next time. Thanks for watching.